Welcome to October and welcome to my podcast studio. I love my podcast studio, Spirits of Wisdom. What do you think? I know I showed you guys the picture before I actually published it to anybody else, but here I'm just taking you a bit more into the set so you can see. And you know, the funny thing is, this light here and this stand that you can see here, and this poster, and these cushions that you can see here, all from Temu. I have never ordered anything, and even these orange flowers as well, actually, are from Temu. I have never ordered anything from Temu before, but here we are. It actually worked out to be really, really good. They arrived really quickly. Pretty good quality considering the prices I paid for these things. So I'm very, very happy. But yes, this is my new studio. And I have to be honest with you, I love it. I'm super, super happy. I think it's so wonderful to have a podcast with a format. And I'm feeling really, really good. But you see, I'm starting October like this because I feel a bit overwhelmed. I touched on this actually in my first podcast episode because I've got so many things I want to do. I feel like I'm having creative overwhelm, but I also feel like, well, I need to get more serious with what I'm doing. And I thought I'd share this with you here because you see, I am wanting to form something from this whole Ms. Britaly concept, from everything that I'm designing and creating. I want it to become something. And I feel overwhelmed because I have all these crazy ideas, but then it's just me executing them, and I work a lot. And it's funny because I saw a comment on one of my recent videos from somebody being like, wow, you made it outside. You did a vlog in Britaly. We thought you were under house arrest. And of course, I think they were joking. They put like the laughing emoji to make it look a bit more passive probably. But I was a bit like, I do spend a lot of time at home in the week. I think I've been very open with you with the fact that I work a lot as a teacher. I actually work until 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock pretty much every evening. And I also work on Saturday mornings. So my ability to go out and do these amazing vlogs and take you around with me are pretty much reduced to nothing in this period, which is why I was like, in October, I really want to push myself to go out and film more. Now, I'm quite excited because next week I'm off to London and I'm going to film some bits of it for you, but I'm actually going for a creator fest, which is an opportunity for me to meet other content creators, people in my industry from all around the world. It's an international event, and actually hopefully build some connections and learn some things about what I'm doing to make my content even better for you all. It's going to be so good to go back to London. I've not been back in like a year and a half, I think. I don't go back as often as I'd like. I think a few reasons. Obviously, this year we moved, so the first part of this year was just too hectic. But also, up until now, I used to always work in a physical school, and so I couldn't just go to London for a long weekend unless I took holiday. Whereas now I'm smart working, I guess I have more flexibility and could do something like that if I really wanted to. So I hope to go back to London more frequently from here on in. But I'm really excited about that. So that's my big event, but I'm just going to be sharing it for you guys on this channel. I'm not actually doing a vlog for my main channel about London. But it's this. I do spend a lot of time at home during the week. I'm working a lot, as I've said. And also when I'm not working with my day job, I'm also working on my YouTube stuff or on other aspects. So there's just a lot going on. And I think people don't really realize what goes on behind the scenes sometimes, and people make comments like, oh gosh, you never go out. But maybe that's because I'm busy. You know, I feel like because I have this channel and because I do videos, people expect me to be out all the time vlogging. This is not my full-time job. I would love it to be one day, and this is why I really want to get serious with what I'm doing to give me that possibility. But it's not currently my full-time job, and so I can't be out every single moment filming. Like, it takes a lot of time and organisation and things like this. So I think it's this. I think people don't really have maybe the most realistic expectations when they watch content creators on YouTube in terms of how much time and effort really goes into creating videos, and how for me in this period, I'm really busy to just do a video at home. it's perfect for me. Like, it takes a lot of time still, but not as much as if I were to be going out and organising events and, you know, trying to organise travel to places. So yeah, it's this really. But I think my focus for me in this month especially is that I'm working on my expat community, which I told you about last month. And I want to build connections this month. You know, I'm creating connections for those of you who plan to move to Italy. I want to build connections for those people who are creating things like me. And I feel like, you know, connection is really the theme for me this month. Building those connections, strengthening those connections, surrounding myself with people who get it. All really, really important things for me to focus on. I went to Britaly last Sunday, but I didn't do any extra filming. I'm sorry, I was very rubbish. I just filmed for the main channel and that was it. I've got lots to do. I've got to sort out my email list, which, by the way, if you're not subscribed to my email newsletter, I'm going to put a link below in the show notes. But I've redesigned my newsletter to be a sip of Italy. So every week I just want to do like a bit of a deep dive into the realities of life here and share with you some content and things like this that could help you if you love Italy or you just want to move here. So this is something that I am working on at the moment. But yeah, I just wanted to sit down and just be a bit real with you, because I think it's very easy sometimes to be like, well, if I lived in Italy, I would do so much more filming outdoors. I would be doing so much more outdoors. But I think people just have to realise that we all lead different lives. And I think when you're working here and you're working the kind of hours that I'm working, it's not really so simple to do this. And this is why, as much as I love teaching, I know that this will be the last school I teach at. I think when I'm ready to leave this school, I will be ready to do my own thing, 100% full time. And that's kind of what I'm working towards now. And it's taken a bit of courage because, as I've said before, living in Italy makes me quite risk averse because there are so many things I don't understand. But I feel like this is what I want to build up to. So in this period, I'm working really hard, but I think the hard work will really pay off, I hope. I'm in London and I'm here today at a creator event, and of course I wanted to film a little bit for you. It's grey, it's miserable, there was supposed to be a huge storm today. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I'm learning a lot at this event. It's really, really interesting to be speaking to other creators, other people in this space. But yeah, so let me show you inside.
Which will be interesting, building your personal brand, and also the shift of digital talent to broadcast, which I feel like own your audience outside of social media.
So I guess it depends. It's also kind of a strategy game. So when I grew up with the summer to pretty stuff, I also did a bunch of stuff around it that I wasn't sure was going to blow up. But when I did it all at the same time, all those videos kind of got pushed out, which was nice. So it is a strategy game.
We need to talk because this is how I come dressed to a location that really people have got hiking boots on. They are better prepared than me. Hence the fact we cannot film in this location as much as I wanted to, because I risk falling over and ending up in the hospital. Here we are, the behind the scenes of my adventures of filming. So I wanted to add this into October's video because technically it is November the 1st today. It's a holiday here in Italy, but I wanted to add this into the video because I've been thinking a lot lately of how much time I spend staring at my screen. And it's something that I've been thinking about because I work online, as you know, and also I'm working online editing videos and producing content for this channel. So I spend a lot of my time staring at a screen, but I live in one of the most beautiful countries in the world. And I'm starting to realize that I'm not fully living here because I'm spending so much time on the internet and using technology. And it's something that I also noticed recently on my trip back to London, in the sense that I was on a packed train carriage and everybody on that train carriage was on their phone. Now, I wasn't, not because I was actively trying to not use it, but from a security point of view, because I know there have been a lot of phone thefts in London recently. So I didn't take my phone out for this reason. But it was so interesting to see how many people were literally having like physical battles with themselves, like taking their phone out, putting it away, taking it out, putting it away. It was a real problem for them, absolutely. And it just got me thinking, like, I want to change things. I've been doing some research and, like, if I remember well, 82% of Gen Zers are looking to unplug from social media, and they are looking to live life a little more offline. And it's the same also for millennials as well. There are a lot of millennials looking to reduce their screen time. So it's very, very interesting. And so I've decided that I want to start a little bit of a movement. I'm dubbing it the modern offline because we are in 2025 and it's a little impossible to live completely offline unless you go and live in the middle of nowhere. And of course, you know, people depend on like work and things like this as well. Okay, let's continue. Sorry, Tina didn't have a great reception from another dog. And it's just made me realise that, you know, we can't completely eliminate technology, but we can start to use it more in the way that it was intended to be used, as a tool, not as something that completely consumes our lives. And so I'm going to start this little concept called the modern offline because it's about a bit of a balancing act. It's about learning to use technology in the way that perhaps we don't use it as much as anymore, as a tool, not as something that thinks for us or does stuff for us and makes us lazy, but as something that can assist us, right? And so I'm going to start this, and you guys are the first to know about it. I'm going to put some links to some of the socials that are going to be promoting this, but I'm very aware that, of course, I have to use the internet to get my message across. So this is like the elephant in the room. This is why it's the modern offline, because it is impossible to do anything like start a movement, start a business, raise awareness of something without the use of the internet, really. So this is what I'm doing. I'm going to be creating like shorts on YouTube and also reels on Instagram, just documenting the way that I'm learning to live a little more offline, life a little less digital, right? And hopefully I can be inspiring you to do the same. So it's this really, this is what I wanted to share with you in October's Behind the Scenes. It's an idea that's been brewing, but I feel like the signs are all there that this is the right time to kind of encourage people to step a little bit more offline, to live life a little less digital, and actually come out in nature. Like this walk we've done today, as short as it may have been because we are wearing the wrong shoes, it's absolutely beautiful, and it just rejuvenates you to be doing stuff that doesn't involve looking at a screen. So I think it's super, super important. So yeah, I hope that you'll support me on this and join on the movement of the modern offline and enjoy learning how to do things offline again, because I really think that we have, in a way, lost the ability to be human in the way that we're meant to.